Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopi Radha Kante Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chev Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jai Mudire. बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा जय।
हरे कृष्ण सर।
कल हम लोग अध्याय फर्स्ट पढ़ रहे थे और जैसा कि इसमें हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, परीक्षित महाराज सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी को वेवस्वत मनुवंतर के बारे में पूछते हैं, बिकॉज पिछले अध्यायों में सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी ने दूसरे मनुवंतर की प्रमुख घटनाएं बताई थी, या और उसमें हमने भगवान विष्णु के अवतार भी देखे, लॉर्ड वामन देव, मत्स्य अवतार वेरी रिसेंटली, एंड देन ऑल द अदर अवतार्स. एंड नाउ सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी, based on what Parikshit Maharaj asked, he's telling about Vivasvat Manu. Yeah. So then he wants to know, first of course, we talked about Shraddha Dev, Satyavrat Maharaj. Yeah. He was the king in the last Manuvantar. And then how Lord Vishnu appeared as Matsya Avatar, gave him darshan and his transcendental knowledge, and then told him that Satyavrat Maharaj is going to be the Vivasvat Manu in this Manuvantar. Hare Krishna Nisha. And as we know, Vivasvat is the name of the Shraddha Dev. And then his son of, whose son is Vivasvat Manu?
Surya Dev.
Surya Dev, yeah. Surya Dev is also known as Vivasvan Dev. And his son is Vivasvat Manu. And so currently what we are reading is Vivasvat Manu and his descendants. That's what Sukhdev Goswami is explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. Yeah. And yesterday we read the 17th shlok where it says, My Lord, all of you are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras. How then has the result been opposite to the one desired? This is a matter for lamentation. There should not have been such a reversal of the results of the Vedic mantras. And as we know, who is speaking right now? So who wanted to do the yajna to get a son, right? Putra prapti ke liye, Vivasvat Manu, Shraddha Manu, right? He was doing the yajna.
Right.
And then as we know, yajna was being led by Vashishta Muni, none other than Vashishta Muni was leading the yajna. But when the yajna was going on, Shraddha Devi, who is the wife of Vivasvat Manu, she requested the priest to request for a daughter. Yeah. So even though the yajna started for a son for Vivasvat Manu, Shraddha Devi requested for a daughter. And so they had a daughter, they named her Ila. Yeah. So Ila was the name of the daughter, which happened. But then Vivasvat Manu is asking this question to Vashishta Muni that you are all expert in chanting the Vedic mantras. How can this be a mistake? So you are all expert in Vedic mantras. How the result been opposite to the one desired? We desired a son, we got a daughter. How can that happen? And he's asking there should not have been such a reversal of the Vedic mantras. Yeah. Viparya maho kastam mevam shad brahma vikriya. Like how can this thing happen. And so that's what we are reading. That's what we read yesterday. When we started Shlok 18, Ajay.
Yuyam Brahma Viddu Yuktas Pasa Dagdh Kilvisha Kutah Sankalpa Vaishamyam Vibudhi Deshvita. You are all self-controlled, well-balanced in mind and aware of the absolute truth. And because of austerities and penances, you are completely cleansed of all material contamination. Your words, like those of the demigods, are never baffled. Then how is it possible that your determination has failed? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And again, who is asking this?
Vashwat Manu is asking to Vashisht Guru.
Vashishta Muni, right?
Yeah.
Rishi Vashisht, he asking, like, you are all self-controlled. Yeah. He's saying Brahma Viddu, right? You are all aware of the absolute truth. And he's saying Tapsa Dagd Kilbisa means by doing austerities, by itni tapasya karke and penances, you are completely cleansed of all material contamination, right? Dagd Kilbisa, your contamination, you are cleansed of all material contamination. In spite of being that, how is it possible that your determination has failed? Yeah, Sankalpa Vesamya Amritam means why this thing has failed. It says that we have learned from many Vedic literatures that a benediction or curse given by the demigods never proves false. By performing austerities and penances, by controlling the senses and mind, and by achieving full knowledge of the absolute truth, one is fully cleansed of material contamination. Then one's words and blessings, like those of the demigods, are never a failure. And in spite of all this, how that failure has happened is what Vivasvat Muni is asking Vashishtha. Huh? Nisha?
निशम्य तद वचस्तस्य भगवान् प्रपितामह होतुर्व्यतिक्रमं ज्ञात्वा बभाषे रविनन्दनम्. The most powerful great-grandfather Vashisht, after hearing these words of Manu, understood the discrepancy on the part of the priest. Thus he spoke as follows to the son of the sun god. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Of course, Vasishtha Muni, right? He's one of the Saptarishis. He knew what's going on. And he understood what happened with the priest as he had desired a daughter. And so then he spoke to the son of the sun god, Vivasvat Manu of the sun god, Suryadev Vivasvat Manu. Etata sankalpa veshamyam hotuste vyabhicharit tatapi sadayishyete suprajaistvam swatejasa. This discrepancy in the objective is due to your priest's deviation from the original purpose. However, by my own prowess, I shall give you a good son. Yeah. So Vashisht Muni क्या बोल रहे हैं कि ये हुआ है because of the priest's deviation, but he is going to get him a son. Right? Is what Vashisht Muni is saying. Ajay?
एवं व्यवसितो राजन भगवान स महायशाः अस्तौ शीदादि पुरुष मिलाया पुंस्तत्व काम्यया. Sukdev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, after the most famous and powerful Vasisht made this decision, he offered prayers to the Supreme Person, Vishnu, to transform Ila into a male. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, and Ila is the daughter's name, right?
Yeah.
Ila is the daughter's name, and Vashishtha Muni is praying to Bhagwan Vishnu to transform into a male because Vivasvat Manu actually wanted a son. Nisha?
तस्मै कामवरं तुष्टो भगवान् हरि हरीश्वरः ददाविलाभवत् तेन सुद्युम्नः पुरुषर्षभः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, being pleased with Vashishta, gave him the benediction he desired. Thus, Ila was transformed into a very fine male named Sudyumna.
Yeah. Sudyumna, yeah. Sudyumna is now the name of the son of Vivasvat Manu. He was earlier Ila, the daughter, got converted to Sudyumna as a son. स एकदा महाराजे विचरन् मृगयां वने वृतः कतिपयात्मात्तेर् क्षमारुह सेन्धवम् प्रीगृहं रुचिरं चापं शरांशं परमाद् अद्भुतान् दंशितो अनुगृहं वीरो जगामदिश्यमुत्तराम्. O King Parikshit, that hero Sudyumna, accompanied by a few ministers and associates, and riding on a horse, brought from Sindhu Pradesh, once went into the forest to hunt. He wore armor and was decorated with bows and arrows, and he was very beautiful. While following the animals and killing them, he reached the northern part of the forest. Yeah? Ajay?
Sukumar Vanam Meros Sastan Pravivesh Ha Yatraste Bhagwan Chava Chavo Ramana Mana Saho Gaya. There is in the north at the bottom of Mount Meru is a forest known as Sukumar, where Lord Shiva always enjoys with Uma. Sudyumna entered that forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So it's a Sukumar Vanam, which is at the bottom of Meru Parvat. Yeah. Shivji Bhagwan with Parvati Mata. Yeah. And generally there enjoy. Nisha.
तस्मिन् प्रविष्ट एवासौ सुद्युम्नः परवीरः अपश्यत् स्त्रियम् आत्मानश्च च वडवां नृप. O King Parikshit, as soon as Sudyumna, who was expert in subduing enemies, entering the forest, he saw himself transformed into a female and his horse transformed into a mare. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So as soon as they entered that forest, Sukumar Vanam, yeah, they all got transformed into female. Okay. तथा तदनुगाः सर्वे आत्मलिंग विपर्ययम् दृष्ट्वा विमनसो भुवन् वीक्षमाणाः परस्परम्. When his followers also saw their identities transformed and their sex reversed, they were all very morose and just looked at one another. Ajay?
Shri Raja Vach Kathmevam Guno Desha Ken Va Bhagwan Kritah Prashnamenam Samakshachvaha Param Kautuhulam Hi Nah. Maharaja Parikshit said, O most powerful Brahmana, why was this place so empowered and who made it so powerful? Kindly answer this question, for am I eager to hear about this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami, how come that happened? Like, how come that place is so powerful that they got transformed into female? Then, Nisha.
एकदा गिरीशं द्रष्टुमृषयस्तत्र सुव्रताः दिशो विधिनिराभासाः kurvantah samupagamana. Sukadeva Goswami answered, great saintly persons who strictly observed the spiritual rules and regulations and whose own effulgence dissipated all the darkness of all directions, one came to see Lord Shiva in that forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, तान विलोक्या अंबिका देवी विवासा वृडिताभृशम भर्तुरंकात् समुत्थाय निविमाशय पर्यधा. When the goddess Ambika saw the great saintly person, she was very much ashamed because at that time she was naked. She immediately got up from the lap of her husband and tried to cover her breast. Ajay?
ऋषियोऽपि तयोर्वीक्ष्य प्रसङ्गं रममाणयोः निवृत्ता प्रयुस्तु स्मानरनारायणाश्रमम्. Seeing Lord Shiva and Parvati engaged in sexual affairs, all the great saintly person immediately desisted from going further and departed for the ashram of Nar Narayan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nisha?
Tadidam bhagavanaha priyayaha priyakamyaya sthanam ya pravishedetat savai yoshid bhavediti. Thereupon, just to please his wife, Lord Shiva said, any male entering this place shall immediately become a female. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So that is the story behind how Sudyumna, right, the son of Vivasvat Manu, right, they all became female, right, because of the Lord Shiva's promise to goddess Parvati. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sachin. Sachin. Hello, Prem. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Tat udhardhanam tad vay purusha varjayanti hi sa chanurchar sanyuta vichchar vadan vanam. Since that time, no male has entered that forest, but now King Sudyumna, having been transferred into a female, began to walk with his associates from one forest to another. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So then he started walking from one forest to another. And nice purport here. Let's read this, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita 2.22, it is said, Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grahanti naro parani tatha sarirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. The body is just like a dress, and here this is proved. Sudyumna and his associates were all male, which means that their souls were covered by male dress, but now they became female, which means that their dress was changed. The soul, however, remains the same. It is said that by modern medical treatment, a male can be transformed into a female, and a female into a male. The body, however, has no connection with the soul. The body can be changed, either in this life or the next. Therefore, one who has knowledge of the soul and how the soul transmigrates from one body to another does not pay attention to the body, which is nothing but a covering dress. Pandita Samadarshina, such a person sees the soul, which is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is a Samadarshi, a learned person. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Samdarshi understands that everyone has a soul and the different types of bodies which we all have, right, is nothing but temporary and is just like a dress. as the birth and death cycle, the soul keeps taking on different bodies, just as everyone changes, their clothes every day, right? Is what is explained. अथ तामाश्रमाभ्यासे चरन्तीं प्रमदोत्तमां स्त्रीभिः परिवृतां वीक्ष्य चकमे भगवान बुद्धः. Sudyumna had been transformed into the best of beautiful women who excite sexual desire and was surrounded by other women. Upon seeing this beautiful woman loitering near his ashram, Buddha, the son of the moon, immediately desired to enjoy her. Ajay?
Sapitam chakme subra somraju sutam patim satasyam janyasam janyamas purvar samatmajam. The beautiful woman also desired to accept Buddha, the son of the king of the moon, as her husband. Thus Buddha begot in her womb a son named Pururva. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So remember, the Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami to describe the descendants of Vivasvat Manu, right? So we saw how Vivasvat Manu had a son, Sudyumna, right? And then how Sudyumna got converted to a woman, and then Buddha, right? And Sudyumna had a son called Puru Rao. Yeah. Nisha?
एवं स्थित्वा मनुप्राप्तः सुद्युम्नो मानवो नृपः सस्मारसकुलाचार्यं वसिष्ठमिति शुश्रूषु. I heard from reliable sources that King Sudyumna, the son of Manu, having thus achieved femininity, remembered his familial spiritual master Vasishta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. And if you remember how Vasishta Muni prayed to Lord Vishnu to convert Ila to Sudyumna, right? Daughter to son, because of request from Vivasvat. Yeah. And so now he got converted to female again because he entered into that one ashram. Yeah. And so now he's remembering Vasishta Muni again. Prem?
सतस्तां दशां दृष्ट्वा कृपया भृष्पीडितः सुदुम्नस्य शयन् पुं तत्स्वं padhavat shankaram. Upon seeing Sudyumna's deplorable condition, Vasishta was very much aggrieved. Desiring for Sudyumna to regain his maleness, Vasishta again began to worship Lord Shankara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sachin?
तुष्टस्तस्मै स भगवान् दृश्यये प्रियमा वहन् स्वां च वाचमृतां कुर्वन्नि दमः विशाम्पते मासं पुमान् स भविता मासं स्त्री तव गोत्रजः इत्थं व्यवस्थया कामं सुद्युम्नो अवतु मेदिनीम्. O King Parikshit, Lord Shiva was pleased with Vashishta. Therefore, to satisfy him and to keep his own word to Parvati, Lord Shiva said to that saintly person, your disciple Sudyumna may remain a male for 1 month and a female for the next. In this way, he may rule the world as he likes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Vasishta Muni is praying to Lord Shiva so that Sudyumna, who got converted to a female, yeah, again can become male. Yeah. But then Lord Shiva had given word to Lord Parvati, Goddess Parvati, that anyone who is entering in that forest will get changed to female. And so now, to keep Sudyumna happy and then also Goddess Parvati happy, he tells him to be a male for a month and then female for another month. Acharya anugrahat kamam labdava pustvam vyavashtaya palyamasa jaktim nabhyanandan smatam praja. Thus, being favored by the spiritual master, according to the words of Lord Shiva, Sudyumna regained his desired maleness every alternate month, and in this way ruled the kingdom, although the citizens were not satisfied with this. Huh? Ajay?
तस्योत्कलो गयो राजन् विमलश्र त्रयः सुताः दक्षिणापथराजनो बभूव धर्मवत्सलाः. O king, Sudyumna had three very pious sons named Utkal, Gaya, and Vimala, who became the kings of the Dakshina path. Hare Krishna.
Dakshinapatraja. Huh? Nisha?
ततः परिणते काले प्रतिष्ठानपतिः प्रभुः पुरूरवस उत्सृज्य गाम्पुत्राय गतो वनम्. Thereafter, when the time was ripe, when Sudyumna, the king of the world, was sufficiently old, he delivered the entire kingdom to his son Pururva and entered the forest. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Pururav is son of Sudyumna and Buddhadev, right? And so he hands over the whole kingdom to Pururav and then goes to forest himself. And as we know, Sukdev Goswami is describing to Parikshit Maharaj the Vevasvat Manu and his descendants, because that's what Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know. And thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the 9th canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled King Sudyumna Becomes a Woman. Yeah. So we saw that story. Follow Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, it continues to describe the dynasties of the sons of Manu, headed by Karuksha. Yeah. So we'll continue reading since we have some more time. Prem.
Shri Shukavacha Evam Gate Sudumne Manu Vashwata Sutam Sute Putra Kamas Paspate Mate Pe Yamunayam Shatam Sama. Sukdev Goswami said, thereafter, when his son Sudyumna had thus gone to the forest to accept the order of one Prasth, Vavasman Manu, Shraddhadev, being desirous of getting more sons, performed severe austerities on the bank of Yamuna for 100 years. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, you see, so, in those yugas, what will happen is, in the third duration of the age cycle, they will leave the kingdom or their grest ashram and all that, and they'll go to Vanprastha, yeah, and one ashram. So that's what even Sudyumna did, and then Vevasvat Manu Shraddhadev, of course, wanted more sons, and so he did Yamunayam Shatam Sama, yeah. So he was, Shatam is 100 years. He was doing the severe tapasya at the gate of Yamuna Nadi. Hare Krishna, Rasiksha Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
ततः अयजत मनुः देवम् अपयतार्थं हरिं प्रभुम् इक्ष्वाकु पूर्वजान् पूर्वान्ते ते लभे स्वसदृशान् दश. Then, because of this desire for son, the Manu, known as Shraddha, worship the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, the Lord of the demigod. Thus, he got 10 sons exactly like himself. Among them all, Ikshvaku was the eldest.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So basically, Shraddhadev Manu, yeah, which is the name of, what's the other name of Shraddha Dev Manu? Who is the current Manu we are talking about? Vivasvat, yeah? Currently what we are reading is the Vivasvat Manu and his descendants. That's what Parikshit Maharaj wants to know. Vivasvat Manu, the seventh Manuvantar, yeah? That's what we are reading about. And Shraddha Dev is the other name of Vivasvat Manu. Yeah, as we have seen. So Shraddha Dev, of course, worshipped the Supreme Lord, and then he got 10 sons, and the Ikshvaku was the eldest. Remember, like how Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami to explain Ikshvaku and all the other sons and the whole dynasty of Vivasvat Manu. Yeah. So after doing the tapasya, he got the 10 sons. Prem?
Dhrishto Distu Mano Putro Gopalo Guruna Krita Pal Yamas Ga Yato Yatram Veera Sanvata. Among these sons, Prasadra, following the order of his spiritual master, was engaged as a protector of cows. He would stand all night with a sword to give the cows protection. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice purpose. So let's read this. Sachin?
One who becomes Virasana takes the vow to stand all night with a sword to give protection to the cows. Because Prasadra was engaged in this way, it is to be understood that he had no dynasty. We can further understand from this vow accepted by Prasadra how essential it is to protect the cows. Some son of a Kshatriya would take this vow to protect the cows from ferocious animals even at night. What then is to be said of sending cows to slaughterhouses? This is the most sinful activity in human society. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the cow protection has been there since, start of the Manu age. And what is being mentioned is the Prashadhar was the another son of Vivasvat Manu, and he was engaged as a protector of cows. Siksham Ravi?
एकदा प्राविशद्गोष्ठं शार्दूलो निशिवर्षति शयनागाव उत्थाय भीतस्था ब्रभमुव्रजे. Once at night, while it was raining, a tiger entered the land of the cowshed. Upon seeing the tiger, all the cows who were lying down got up in fear and scattered here and there on the land. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. After seeing the tiger, the cows moved here and there. Ajay?
Ekam Jagrah Balwan Sa Chukrosh Bhayatura Tasyastu Kranditam Shrutva Push Dhronusasar Ha Kharag Madai Tarsa Pralino Nogure Nishi Ajanatre Chinoda Vabho Shira Shardul Shankya. When the very strong tiger sees the cow screams in distress and fear, and Prasadhar, hearing the screaming, immediately followed the sound. He took up his sword, but because the stars were covered by clouds, he mistook the cow for the tiger and mistakenly cut off the cow's head with great force. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, by mistake, thinking of tiger, he damaged the cow. Nisha?
व्याघ्रो अपि वृषणश्रवणो निस्त्रीं ग्राहतस्ततः निश्चक्राम भृशं भीतो रक्तं पथि sumutsrajan. Because the tiger's ear had been cut by the edge of the sword, the tiger was very afraid and it fled from that place while bleeding on the street. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Manimano atam vyagra prishatra par viraha adrakshit swahanta atam babrum urishtum tatyum nisi dukkita. In the morning, when Prasadara, who was quite able to subdue his enemy, saw that he had killed the cow, although at night he thought he had killed the tiger, he was very unhappy. Hare Krishna.
Nishi Dukkita hai. Yeah, upon knowing that what he has done, he was very unhappy. Sachin?
Tam Shashapa Kulacharya Kruta Gasama Kamata Na Kshatra Bandhu Shudrastavam Karmana Bhavita Muna. Although Prasadara had committed the sin unknowingly, his family priest Vashishta cursed him, saying, "In your next life, you shall not be able to become a Kshatriya. Instead, you shall take birth as a Shudra because of the killing of the cow." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. शिक्षा में
मुझे पढ़ना है।
हम्म।
एवं सपदस्तु गुरूणां प्रत्यागृहात् कृतांजलिः आधारयत व्रतं वीर उधरवरेता मुनिप्रियम्. When the hero Prasadhar was thus cursed by his spiritual master, he accepted the curse with folded hands. Then, having controlled his senses, he took the vow of brahmacharya, which is approved by all great sages. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Prasadara, who is Prasadara? Whose son is Prasadara?
Vyavasat Manu.
Vyavasvat Manu, Shraddha Dev, yeah. Shraddha Dev and Vyavasvat Manu are the same, yeah, two names. Prasadara is son of Shraddha Dev, and he was very much into protection of cows. By mistake, he kills one, and then he gets cursed by Vashishta Muni. And that he will be taking birth as in Shudra and not as a Kshatriya in the next birth. Yeah. I think we'll pause here at this point. We'll continue reading from here. Yeah. All the description of the dynasty of Vyavasvat Manu is what is being currently described. So we'll pause here, and again, very auspicious month of Kartik. We are going to hear Damodar Ashtakam. Yeah.
Rudantam Muhurnetrayukam Rijantam Karam Bhojayukmena Satam Kanetram Rudantam Muhurnetrayukam Rijantam Karam Bhojayukmena Satam Kanetram Muhushvasakam Patrirekakanta Tita Brahvam Damodaram Bhaktipadam Muhushvasakam Patrirekakanta Tita Brahvam Damodaram Bhaktipadam Svalilaveranandakunde Svagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Vididri Svalilaveranandakunde Svagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirchitatva Guna prematastam sarta vritivande Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirchitatva Guna prematastam sarta vritivande Idam teva purnata gopalabala Sadame manasya virashtanti manye Idam teva purnata gopalabala Sadame manasya virashtanti manye Vedante Mukhambojam Matyantanilai Vritam Kundalais Nektaraktais Chagopya Vedante Mukhambojam Matyantanilai Vritam Kundalais Nektaraktais Chagopya Muhuschamritam Vedanatarambe Manasya virastamalam lakshalakai Muhuschamritam Vedanatarambe Manasya virastamalam lakshalakai Namo Deva Damodarananda Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalatimana Namo Deva Damodarananda Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jalatimana Kripa Drishti Vrishchati Dinam Batano Grihani Shah Shamamajnam Vidakshidrishyam Kuberatmajavadamujjayvayapa Toyamochita bhakti bhajau kritau cha Kuberatmajavadamujjayvayapa Toyamochita bhakti bhajau kritau cha Tata prema bhaktim svakale prayacha Namo shegraho mesti damodareva Tata prema bhaktim svakale prayacha Namo shegraho mesti damodareva Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
All right, Hare Krishna. The Damodar month, as we know, most auspicious month in the whole year. Whatever spiritual activity you perform in this month, it's mentioned in our Shastras that that activity gets multiplied 100 times, 100%. Yeah? So, for example, if you are chanting one round of japas, which we start, right, at the initial, it becomes 100 rounds of chantings full, is what is mentioned in Kartik month. So it's really an auspicious month. And then here every day, Damodar Ashtakam is done in all the temples. Yeah. So it's nice to hear. We'll try to hear it whenever we have the reading satsang. The rest of the days, you can also hear it from YouTube. And then this Saturday, we have a Kirtan program. I think most of you know. Nisha, I know you're in New Jersey, but try your best if you can join. And then we have Rasiksham Prabhuji in Mumbai. You probably will send some glimpse of the Kirtan, Prabhuji. You. It's a 5-hour Kirtan where all the ISKCON Kirtan leaders come up. This time, a lot of youngsters are coming. The young kids are coming. Who will be leading the Kirtan. So it'll be nice. Nice. And Prem sir lives right in my backyard. So he has no excuse to make And Sachin,
Yeah,
did you get the email?
I think I didn't check. Ajay. I'll check.
Yeah. Can you check? Because you have the email. See if you can make it this Saturday. We have the Kirtan program starting at 3 p.m. at our place.
Okay.
So see if you can come with the family. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see all of you. And again, auspicious month. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Very good.